Hey guys, Plush Pro here, and today I'm going to be reviewing some plushies that I got, exactly on time. Like, they just released. I got them exactly on time. Okay, enough of whatever that was. Let's get to the actual review. So first we're going to start with, as always, the man Freddy Fazbear himself. Alright, so comparing it to the Jumbo, I definitely prefer the Jumbo in terms of design. He looks a lot less derpy. But this one does have its fair share of cool moments. I really like the purple colors on both the main body, as well as the nose, eyebrows, hat, and whiskers, as well as the bow tie. And I do like the secondary color. I can see that they use the color for System Error Toy Bonnie as that color here. I mean inverted System Error Toy Bonnie. And then the head does kind of give me Withered Freddy vibes, which makes me wish that this wave was the Withered wave, because as much as I love these, at the same time, they are just characters that don't actually exist in the game. So, Funko, if you're watching this, I'm glad that you're willing to make new bases. Just please use them for characters that actually exist. But nevertheless, this plush is still pretty good. And something interesting about all the tie-dye plushies, not really counting tie-dye Springtrap, because he's kind of, well, he's not really tie-dye. So apparently no two tie-dye plushies are the same. Like, in terms of design, each plush in the world has a different color design. Like, I definitely saw that whenever I went to Hot Topic, and I saw some of the tie-dye plushies, though they only had Freddy and Bonnie, which is why I didn't buy any of them from there, because I wanted to get them all as a set, like we have right here. So, for example, let's take a look at Merch Review Springs' video. So looking at the colors on mine here, there seem to be a lot of purple on mine, which I don't necessarily hate. In fact, I actually kind of like it. I really like the color purple. And then Bonnie, he uses the light blue color, particularly around the head and the arm and a bit of the body. And yeah, I like that too. I think the color really suits him, actually. And then Chica, she's a bit orange and looks kind of weird color, though not as bad as whatever the heck that action figure was. And it gives off nice peach vibes, which I like. And I mean the fruit peach, not the princess peach. And then Foxy, he just looks like he got bruised by some random dude in the streets. Then Toy Foxy, like Bonnie, she seems to have a lot of reliance on blue, and I really like that. It suits him really well. Alright, now on to Bonnie. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering why I skipped the tags, it's because I already looked at the tie-dye tag in the video where I reviewed tie-dye Springtrap, along with the other stuff that I got around December. So, if you want to see my thoughts on the tie-dye tag, just watch that video. But anyway, on to Bonnie himself. I really like the colors on this one, like I said, and I think this one might be my favorite out of the entire set. Like, not just out of the ones that I got, but in general, this does fix a lot of criticisms that the original Bonnie plushie had, as we can see over here. He doesn't look like a deranged psychopath anymore. Like Sly said, he looked like a deranged psychopath. And then the ears here, I definitely prefer these a lot better. Like, these ears are kind of over-exaggerated and not in a good way. Also, they're too close together, but here they are actually farther apart. Not as far apart as Springtrap's, which makes sense because Springtrap's ears are farther apart than Bonnie. And yeah, I really like how they kept the red bow tie. They went back to the nice bow tie instead of just using like a flat bow tie. They actually made a full bow tie again, kind of like they did with Wave 1, which I really like. Then, rest of the body looks pretty good. Standard FNAF plush body. Makes sense, because this is just Bonnie from FNAF 1. But yeah, I really like them a lot. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, Freddy gets a 5 out of 10. He looked better in the product image, in my opinion. And Bonnie, I think I feel confident giving him a 10 out of 10. I really don't have any problems with him. Alright, up next we got Chica, and while I do definitely prefer the Chica in the product images, this plush is still pretty good. I really like the colors. Again, they give off a very peach vibe. And onto the parent itself, it looks kind of derpy, but not in the worst way possible. Like, I would prefer it if the snout was pushed a bit in, if you know what I mean. So, just so it looks kind of like what they did with Toy Chica, but, like, kind of like what they did with Toy Chica's beak. Like, this just looks kind of derpy, but not in the most horrible way possible. And she does have pink eyes, which is good, because the original Chica plushie had purple eyes for some reason. And in general, this one is just so much better because she doesn't look like an angry little chicklet, unlike this thing. And the bib, it's not a perfect bib, I'd say, but it's definitely better than what they did with Jacko Chica, where they just printed on, and what they did with High Score Toy Chica, where the bib was fused with the plushie. So I'll give this a 7 out of 10. It's easily my second favorite plush of the set, not counting the Fanverse ones. Alright, next we got Tie-Dye Foxy and... Bruh.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
What did they do to Tie-Dye Foxy? Oh my god. He looks so good in the product images, as we can see here. But in the actual product, like, oh my god. Like, there's too much white and blue on him. It's to the point where this is just bruised Foxy, okay? It's not Tie-Dye Foxy, it's like bruised Foxy. Probably has to do with the fact that he uses his original colors, which honestly wasn't the greatest idea. Maybe they could have added like a bit of green to him, you know, to like shake things up a bit, you know? And also this eye patch is literally, even if you like this plush, this is literally the worst eye patch on any Foxy plush. Like, it is great that they actually went back to doing a physical eye patch instead of just doing a flat one, but it's still not so great, let's be honest. And the hook, it would have been good if the hand was gray, but now it just looks like it's protruding out of the hand, which looks extremely strange. Like, do I even need to explain why this is weird? But it's not all bad, though. The teeth definitely look a lot better. Like, the original Foxy plush had these weird popsicle stick-looking things. But these here are actual, genuine teeth, so that's good. And the hook itself looks good. The hand that's attached to is not good, though. And the colors could have worked if they made the colors more unique from the original Foxy. And yeah, it's easily the weakest one of the set. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Alright, next we got Tie-Dye Foxy and, Tie-Dye Toy Foxy. A lot of people don't like this plush, but honestly, I think it's okay. Let me just grab the original real quick for comparison. The original Toy Foxy plush was always very mid to me. Like, while I do like the eyes, and it does look very adorable, this weird lipstick tongue thing looks very weird, and to this day, I do not know what they were going for here, and the hands and feet are gray, and I prefer this one, aside from the fact that Toy Foxy doesn't have whiskers or eyebrows. I definitely prefer this one a lot better. Like, I really like the colors, and a lot of people don't like the face, but honestly, I think it looks okay. It just looks like Toy Foxy to me. And the eyebrows aren't protruding out of the pupil, thank God. Like, originally the eyelashes were coming out of the pupil on the original plush, though thankfully they fixed that. And she actually has the red bow tie this time, which is good, because the original, he didn't have it. So yeah, I definitely prefer this one. I'll give it a... I'm feeling a strong 6 to a light 7. I'll give it a... I'll give it a 6. Alright, now before we move on to these two right here, I'm going to just compare all the tie-dyes to the original and see which one I like better. Alright, so comparing these two, I like both, though I did say that Tie-Dye Freddy does have his problems. And although the eyebrows are better and it is more original and it's not too similar to Sanshi's, I'll still give it to the original because I think the original looks better. Alright, now like I said, I definitely prefer the tie-dye Bonnie because he just looks a lot better, so that one's a quick one. Alright, now comparing the two Chicas, no competition. This Chica easily takes it. Alright, now comparing the Foxies, also no competition. This one is indefinitely better aside from their color. Alright, now comparing the Toy Foxies, I think both of them look cute, but this one is much better accuracy and craftsmanship-wise, so this one also takes it. Alright, now let's move on to the Fazbear Fanverse plushies. The ones that most of you guys probably clicked on this video for, to be honest. Alright, so we're going to start with Pop Goes. Now, accuracy-wise, he looks great. Like, it literally looks just like Pop Goes, and I really like the tie. Again, it's a nice bow tie. instead of a flat one, kind of like what they did with Freddy and Bonnie. Oh yeah, and Toy Foxy. And I do like the vest. I'm glad that... I thought that Funko was going to print this vest on, kind of like what they did with Captain Foxy, but no, they actually went out of their way to make a physical vest, so that's good. And just like Blake, he has a cute little tail. Aww. Though the face is kind of derpy, like, I feel like the snout is a bit too small for Pop Goes. Like, he's supposed to have a bit bigger snout, but it's kind of small, but really, other than that, there are no other problems with this plush. Oh yeah, and the eyebrows are supposed to be black, not this. I wonder where Funko always gets these inaccurate colors from, but anyway, other than that, he's a good plushie. I like him. I'll give it a... I'll give him a... I'm feeling a strong 7 to a light 8. Again, another Anthony Fantano moment. Yeah, I'll give him a 7. Oh, all right, and last but absolutely not least, we have Candy the Cat, who is my favorite of this wave, along with Shamrock Freddy, one of my favorite plushies of 2022, and just one of my favorite FNAF plushies of all time, really. They just nailed him. Like, they literally, I cannot think of a single complaint for this plush. Like, all the colors are correct. Like, the eyebrows are good, so are the nose. And it's a flat nose, but to be fair, his nose is flat in the game, and it is supposed to be different from, like, the normal FNAF plushies. Supposed to have their own style, you know? And the tie, I literally thought they were going to print this tie on, but it's an actual physical tie. And mine is just a tidbit off-center, but that's just mine, so it's not too much of a problem. I really like the cheeks, as well as the white on the face. He's also really soft, like I said, all these plushies are really soft, particularly the tie-dye ones. And yeah, that concludes this review, and I will give Candy a 10 out of 10. Alright, so now that I have all of them except Jumbo Tie-Dye Foxy, I will give my final verdict on this wave. So, while there are some lows, such as the only actual characters that exist in this wave being the Fanverse characters, as well as, this. Overall, I'd say this wave is a pretty good wave. I definitely like it a lot. Definitely has its highs, like Bonnie, Springtrap. I know a lot of you guys don't like him, but I do. And, of course, Candy. Really, all the Fanverse plushies are some of Funko's best plushies since, like, the Dreadbear wave. So, that's good. I really like the Dreadbear wave as my favorite wave, and I'm glad that we got some plushies that could live up to the awesomeness of that wave again. I also really like Bonnie and Springtrap. Those two are really good, too. Alright, now, Funko, you are making really good new patterns, and I love that. And I have seen the circus animatronics. I won't be buying those because I don't know if they exist or not. But, like, Funko, this is what I'm getting frustrated about, like, with the new circus wave. I don't know if these circus characters exist yet. Heck, nobody does. But, like, it's great that you're willing to make new molds. New patterns. Like, really, the only new patterns are for these three, who are the only real characters in this wave. Like, Funko does great when you make new patterns, but of course you just have to waste it on non-existent characters. I killed him. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next episode of FNAF Plush, which starts Season 5. Season 5? The series is really that old. Man, I need to think about some things.